to have been provided an opportunity and then like it was, and then kind of to also be able to get to see the ballroom and stuff as well. That's really cool, to be honest. A lot of the trends make no sense to me. I'm probably like the most unsocialized man on God's green earth. I don't have a clue what's going on in the world. Probably the best year I've ever had. I don't even think like it definitely was the best year I've ever had.
Welcome back to Grapple Theory. Thanks so much for joining us once again. This week, we're here with, in my mind, one of the breakout stars of 2025. We're talking to Scott Oberman. Scott, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing?
Fantastic, mate. As good as I'll ever be.
That's great to hear. That's lovely to hear. Well, it's been a great year for you in the ring, I think, like the last sort of 12 months. And normally we start by asking our guests about that. I'm talking about the last 12 months in the ring. Like, how would you equate 2025 for Scott Oberman?
Oh, mate, it's probably the best year I've ever had. I don't even think like it definitely was the best year I've ever had. A lot of things fell into place. I was quite fortunate with a lot of things, all kind of just stewing around the same time. And then I worked with a lot of like really talented people who kind of helped me kind of get to the higher places, I suppose. Like if it wasn't for someone like the editor, who I filmed like 46 promos, I think was the final number for the end of the year, which was absolutely insane. I don't even think like I'd have had half the year that I did. And there's like a lot of people like that I owe, know, like tons do, to be honest. I could list off about 5-6 people, but yeah, it was great.
That's the thing, isn't it? Like, I think people like Ant does great work. I love Ant's work, but I think people like that go so underappreciated because it's not always just about what you can do in the ring as a wrestler. It's about the extras. It's about who can make you look good outside the ring as well. And Ant is one of those. And cutting a good promo, which you do, and like making it look visually good, which Ant does, like, is like the combo that you want, and it's what you need to get yourself out there more.
Yeah, I specifically got work off of my promos, and then as well, like the entrance that I was doing, and like kind of having a bit more of a character last year. That was another thing that got me a lot of work as well. And like I said, it all just kind of came together quite nicely, and then yeah, it ended up being what it was, and very grateful for all of it, to be honest. I had quite a heavy suitcase for most of the year, which is always a good sign.
That's always, like you said, that's always a good sign. It's a little bit brutal, like, because I'm sure there's moments where you're dragging it around and you're like, fucking hell, but like, it's all worth it, isn't it? That's the sign that you're doing something right, that things are going well.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The suitcase definitely was heavy. I remember like I'd always feel that bad because like I'd go to like a show with like James Greenwood or someone like that. And he'd like lift the suitcase to put it in the trunk of his car. The trunk, what I'm American. To put it in the boot of the car. And like he'd be like, Jesus Christ, this is so heavy. And it was literally just because it was covered with like 5 big, massive, heavy title belts. So yeah, like
Speaking of Greenwood, again, Greenwood, man, I got a lot of love for. Great referee. I mean, this is going out after the fact, but have you been picking his ear? Because at the time of recording this, you're leading up to your refereeing debut.
it's a dream. Oh yeah, it's a dream come true for me, mate. I've been picking his brain for years, all for this one moment. So I think he'll be proud in the distance. I think he'll probably get a little bit teary, but yeah, I'm very excited to make my senior referee debut.
Love that. Like, it's gonna be a little different from the gear, I imagine, though, coming out in the striped shirt and everything. Like,
I think I'll rock it, mate. I think it's my destiny this Saturday, Wrestle Island. It's my moment. I can't wait.
love it. Well, everyone who's watching this will be able to go back and watch that now after the fact and see just how good you looked and how good a job you did. And I'm sure you would have done a great job.
Yeah, fantastic job. I'm sure I'll follow the rules. I'll keep it down the middle. They always say the best referees are the ones that you don't notice, and I don't think you'll notice me at all.
No, of course, just blend in, right? Just blend in.
Exactly. And it's great to referee 2 great talents, but like referee such a good person in Tom McCall, and then such a terrible person in Pud. So
You're being totally unbiased already, completely.
yeah, completely unbiased.
Love that. Well, we talked about Wrestle Island, and Wrestle Island is somewhere that, like, I know you have a lot of love for. I know you have a lot of time for. Obviously, belted up there. Like, it seems like a great company. It seems like somewhere that's just a little like different to everywhere else. They offer something just a little more variety, a little more stuff that I feel like not in a bad way, but in a way that like not a lot of other promotions in the Northwest are offering.
Yeah, absolutely. They do a lot of things that are outside the norm. But to be fair, for that audience, it really works for them. And I think that's the main thing. They work for what the audience would like. They tend to cater to like a lot of kids and a lot of trends that are going on at the minute. A lot of the trends make no sense to me. I'm probably like the most unsocialized man on God's green earth. I don't have a clue what's going on in the world. But they very much have like the finger on the pulse of that sort of thing. So I'm sure give it a show or two, they'll be doing something about Stranger Things or something like that. And I'll probably be scratching my head about that one too. But again, the audience loves it. Yeah, mate, I don't have a clue. I don't get any of these niche like to me, everything's niche, mate.
Amazing. I love that. But I mean, that's good. I think that's always quite fun. And again, I think some of the more fun moments come when a promotion will put on a show and like a wrestler, like a certain wrestler just won't get it. And that can almost be funnier.
Yeah, but to be honest, mate, and I think that's me with every show. It just completely goes over my head, mate. I remember like the old Progress show names. Then I think I got about 2 or 3 of them, mate.
You gotta start getting now you're on from you as well. We got
And I've really got to start educating myself.
are you a South Park fan?
I am a South Park fan. I'm a big South Park fan.
I'll be real, like, because the show name that pops into my head, and I don't know if no one's done it, it should be done at some point, and it's probably gonna have to lead up to when you've got some sort of big blow off match storyline angle.
Fun.
There's an episode of South Park called Scott Tenorman Must Die, and I feel like Scott Oberman Must Die is a kind of cool show name.
Yeah, it would be quite cool actually. I fully endorse that. I actually might get that as a t-shirt. That's a better idea.
Oh yeah,
Connect the dots there, mate. You connect the dots there, mate. So I'm copywriting that one now. So like,
do it, mate. I'd love to. Yeah, that's a great idea.
yeah, actually, it's quite cool. But yeah, show name also works. Wants to name a show, hoping that I end up in a pit somewhere. I think that'd also
I
go-
Yeah, and if we're talking about promotions that you got a lot of love for, I feel like that's an Atomic show name. I feel like Atomic could book that.
yeah, they definitely would. That's right up their alley.
They'd have you in some sort of absolutely mental main event match.
Yeah, they would. 10-on-1 handicap death match or something crazy like that.
Just like everyone that you've like wronged, everyone that's had a problem with you.
Yeah, it'd be quite the list, mate. Atomic. It'd be quite the list.
I think it'd be quite good. Atomic's a great venue as well. I mean, like we'll talk about those promotions in more depth, but as we're on Atomic, like let's talk about them first because again, it's somewhere that I know you got a lot of love for, and I know it's somewhere that again is very outside the box. The show's always really fun, like really like quirky ideas, really out there stuff, like a lot of dress up a lot of the time, which is a lot of fun. But also then like a cool mix of a lot of like dress up fun matches and then these absolute belter main events that like have you on the edge of your seat. And it just seems like a really fun place to work.
Yeah, I think they get the best of both worlds, Atomic. I owe tons and tons and tons to Atomic, just like I do Wrestle Island as well, because like Wrestle Island was like the first place to ever give me like a storyline, and I think storylines in general are kind of like the thing that have really propelled me this past year. But Atomic, it's very much where I found myself. And I think, like I said, they get the best of both worlds because they kind of like they try to appeal to like a bit of a young adult audience. And I think they really kind of hit the nail on the head with it. And yeah, I think the entire vibe of the company, it's very much one of those companies where you've got the entire roster who very much want the company to do well, and I always think they're the best environments.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's something that's really important, isn't it? Where the environment is the thing, is it's the place you want to work. It's the place you go in and you feel comfortable and you like who you're working with and you like the people you're working for. And you're more willing to put more of yourself into it if that's the case.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's been applicable for myself and a few companies. Catch Pro Wrestling's another one where you'll see a lot of the guys who go above and beyond just to try and make it all work and all click, and they'll go above and beyond with like promos, etc. And I always think they're the best environments where everyone's trying to push together. But yeah, Atomic's very much a place where I'd very much, if they told me to jump off a ladder head first, I'd do it in a heartbeat because I owe tons to them, man.
Well, I was going to say you've had your fair share, especially in the last 12 months, even like of great matches at Atomic. I know that again, some of them, I'm sure you know Lucy Sims, who does a lot of com and writing about like the Brit wrestling, especially up in the Northwest. Like has a lot of time for you. Like when we did By the time this is out, it would have already gone out. But we've got a big like end of year awards video coming out, and she's contributed to that. And like all her awards are like for yourself or for a comic or for like the North or West Sea. And
kind of.
like yeah, she's just like so knowledgeable about that scene, so like into it. And again, like so many of her awards were like for you or like matches that you've had or like feuds that you've been in over the last 12 months at Atomic, like which really like just captured the imagination. I think got yourself and Atomic more out there as a company.
Yeah, absolutely. And a little nod to Lucy as well. Lucy's really good. Lucy really, really helps shows. I think her and Isaiah are probably one of my favorite comms pairs. Which it always helps when you got commentators that really do kind of elevate what you do. And her and Isaiah definitely fall into that category as like an example. But yeah, like we said, best environments are the ones where everyone's pushing together, and I think that's a good example of it.
Yeah, it's a shame you couldn't end the year there with the belt. It's a little shame.
A little shame, mate, but if I was to lose it to anyone, I don't think Teddy Ray's a bad shout.
He's on a tear at the minute, isn't he?
Yeah, he's great, man. He's probably one of my favorite people to wrestle. He's really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, really, really, really good.
Yeah.
And I think if you to ask a lot of the Northwest people, like, who do you want to wrestle, that sort of thing, Teddy Ray's one of those people that would always come up in every conversation. So it was one of those moments where, like, there's been like a few moments where, like, I kind of lie there and have a reaction for like me losing, and I kind of get like goosebumps. And like when he won, it was very much one of those where I was like, "Ah, yeah, this is really cool."
You want to get back on top though? Like bit of revenge? Maybe
I've got something else on my mind for the meantime, which I'm filming with the editor next week to at the time of recording, it'll be, I'm crap with dates. What are we on today? The 8th.
what, yeah, eighth night, 8th.
8th. So it'll probably be around the 15th, somewhere around there that I'm filming with Ant. So that should be dropping soon.
Ooh, exciting stuff. Look forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be a good one because that's very much dream match territory for me for what it is. So we'll get to that one. Yes, that'll be a juicy one. So yeah, excited for that. But yeah, I think I kind of need to tick that off before I can go back for the Atomic Championship because I kind of need to prove something a little bit. So
I love that. I love that. But then again, like let's go back to Wrestle Island as well. Like you said, like got the belt there, and you had a great run there with it. And like I think that again, Ireland is somewhere that it feels like just from like again like your promos, from like the way you work there, from the things people say about you there, like it feels like it's one of those places that like you are just so proud to work there and be leading the pack there and be the champion.
yeah, absolutely, man. So, I think anytime that you give them a championship, it's always kind of, it's them putting stock in you, and I think you've kind of got to repay the favor and kind of go above and beyond for them. And that's why I try to do all the promos that I do, and that's why I try to go above and beyond to promote shows and try and make it so that there's like basically as many people there as possible. Because again, if someone kind of gives you a hand up, you've got to help them up too. And back to the pushing all together, that's when things go to the best. So Wrestle Island's really cool. My current goal with there is to kind of get rid of the Quinlans, who are a talented young tag team, but they're quite annoying. So getting rid of them is kind of like the next thing on my agenda there.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. I got to ask as well. It's been a while. It's been a while since I asked this because it's actually on more for me for not having many people from Wrestle Island on recently. But like, they still do the sausage rolls there.
That's a good question. I've never actually had the sausage rolls. I know that they did have sausage rolls.
Everyone says the sausage rolls there are like the thing, like the best food in Brit Rap.
Well, the thing is, mate, I'm not really a sausage roll guy. So
I
I think you're probably asking the worst person. I think if you were to ask most of the roster, mate, they'd be able to give glowing reviews and give you the latest on the sausage rolls. But unfortunately, it's a terrible stigma as the champ to not really know about the sausage roll such. Feel
not even just as the champ. I feel like to be in Brit Rest and not to be like British and not like a sausage roll with like that's like the biggest heel turn you get at.
yeah, it's quite criminal, isn't it? But yeah, I'm not really a sausage roll guy, but I'm sure the sausage if the sausage rolls are as good as everyone says, mate, I'm sure they're still there, and I'm sure they're still getting the glowing reviews.
Nah, mate, that's the thing now. You've sealed your own fate. That's it. Wrestle Island are going to do the Scott Oberman Must Die show, and you're going to get beat in the shower with a sausage roll, and that'll be it.
That could be it, mate. And what a terrible way to go out. Well, that's the thing, mate. I think they kind of had like a feeling that I didn't know about the sausage roll session. That's why they've demoted me to referee.
And that's it. You got to have one, and then you get your place back. Then you get the belt back as well, and then
That's it. It's up for grabs until then.
love it. I love it. Well, we're gonna split up the chat with a little fun feature we got here, and this is called dishing the dirt. So, Scott, I'm gonna ask you about your fellow wrestlers, and it can be for whatever promotion. It can be a Catch or Island or a Future Shock or Atomic, anywhere you wrestle. We ask you about members of the locker room. I'm going to ask you questions, and I want you to let me know which member of the locker room it most equates to.
Okay, I can do this.
So the first one is who's usually running late?
To be honest, it's usually me.
Is it?
Yeah, I'll throw myself under the bus with that one. It's usually me. Yeah,
Why is that?
I'm just quite laid back and blasé. So yeah, that one does belong to me. So I don't know if that quite much.
Good to you. Good like for owning up to it. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
yeah. No, I respect it. I respect it. I always like equate to like car journeys and stuff because so it might be Greenwood based on what you said, but it's who has the worst music taste.
I actually quite like James Greenwood's music taste. He puts a lot of Eurovision on from my experiences. Hmm, the worst music taste. Again, this is probably one that applies to me again. Because my music taste sucks. Where
Okay.
oh mate, like I really like if you go through like my YouTube because I have YouTube Premium. If you go through like my YouTube likes and downloads, it's just all like really random songs. I mean, I've got like Neil Patrick Harris doing the Grammys, doing the big sing along. That's a
So that's
like
a oh,
I'll have that, but then I'll have like this deep, disgusting metal song. So it probably applies to me, but I'm trying to think who I can throw under the bus. Uh, yeah, Keenan Christian's music taste sucks. So
yeah.
yeah, I've been looking for an opportunity to throw him under the bus. So yeah, I'll say him.
You're not just saying that because the Northwest Roller.
Maybe a little bit, but also as well because he has it coming because his music taste is it's not up my alley.
Amazing. The next one is the next one's my favorite on the list. I think it's who in the locker room would you under no circumstances let a family member date?
Oh Jesus Christ. uh, oof, ooh. Uh, probably Critchy.
Yeah.
Probably Critchy. I think he'll get a big kick out of that one as well. Yeah, probably Critchy. Actually, to be fair, I could see him being. No, it's Critchy. Yeah, it's Critchy.
For what reason?
He's just Critchy, isn't he?
Just because of who he is, just the general.
Yeah, it's one of those like I'd like the person to not put his arm around.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
It's Critchy. He's just a bit gobby. Like sharing the Christmas dinner, and he's mouthing off about whatever. Yeah, it'd be Critchy.
More than fair. More than fair. The next one is who outside the ring who has the worst dress sense?
Again, he probably applies to me because I just put whatever on. Trying to think who has the worst dress sense. Keenan Christian has fantastic dress sense.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. He really rocks it.
Always fine.
Yeah, Teddy Ray also has his own like little unique fashion sense, and he really it suits him really well. Critchy's got his attire, and he rocks it.
I just tell you, all this is just dishing the dirt on yourselves.
I don't know. That's what this turned into.
Yeah.
'Cause I think a lot of the questions that you're asking me, it'd be quite rich of me to point the finger at someone else. I cannot appreciate Keenan Christian's music taste, and I can definitely commit to Critchy not wanting to get with a family member. But yeah, I think this one does apply to me as well.
Well, the next one, fortunately, won't be yourself because we're talking the nicer end of the spectrum now. So, Scott, you've forgotten your gear for a show. and you need to run back to the locker room and borrow someone's gear. But we're talking one size fits all. You can pick whoever you want. Whose gear do you look at and you're like, I could definitely pull that off?
Tony writes.
Yeah, Tony's got good gear.
Yeah, he does. He does have good gear. I've always kind of looked on a bit enviously. So yeah, I'll take the tassels and the sparkles. Tony writes.
I like you wouldn't go all the way out there, go for like a Holly Barlow or a Lionel Austin.
No, no. Tony Wright, because I'm a sucker for the sparkles.
The sparkles are pretty nice. The sparkle.
Maybe if they got tassels, maybe I'd pick one of them. But
Yeah.
has tassels and sparkles, so it's
Holly's got, like, I don't know if you call it a skirt, but she's got like the little skirt-ish thing, isn't she, that comes off like the waist. I don't know, like I'm not sure what that is.
Don't think I'd rock it, mate. I don't think I'd rock it. But again, Tony's tassels, that's a completely different story.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, the tassels are a good touch. I like it. I like it. Big up Tony. Tony Wright again. I feel like is someone who goes quite underappreciated on the scene. Like,
Yeah, that's really great.
I think the work he puts in and what he's doing, especially again like the last year, has been incredible.
Yeah, Tony Wright's. I think he's one that you'll really kind of look at this year as kind of like one of the breakout guys. I think he'll do really well. And he was probably one of my favorite people to work with the past year as well, just because he's so naturally likable, and then I'm very much on the opposite end of the spectrum. So it was a nice balance.
Yeah, you sort of have to be the heel going up against Tony, don't you? Because Tony's just like, how do you not?
Yeah, it's one of those. I think, like I said, it's very much yin and yang with me and him. So I think there's a very decent chance that we'll come back together at some point.
Nice, love it. I love it. The next one is who would throw the best party in the locker room?
That's a good question.
I guess like who would throw the party that you'd most want to be at?
Hmm. You know what? I threw Critchy under the bus. I'll probably say Critchy because he's very much into like his little party scene. So I trust him to kind of get the vibes right.
There you go. That's all right then. You brought him back. He's redeemed himself.
Yeah, exactly. We're friends again now.
Like it. And then the final one is a very important one. Is who would you choose to be your partner in the zombie apocalypse?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's gonna have to be someone tough and mad.
That's like the thing is what do you want from that person?
You know what? Just because of how close friends we are outside the ring, probably Big T Justice.
Yes. Not even just friendship thing, just in terms of that's what you want, isn't it? Big T's gonna tear through everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, zombie apocalypse happens. I know I've got one of the best mates by my side.
Yeah, I suppose that's what you want as well, isn't it? You want someone you can banter with and like have a bit of fun with.
Yeah, yeah, a top guy is Big T. It's at the level of friendship that me and Big T have. Like, he even lets me drive his car around and stuff, so it has to be Big T.
That is respect. I like that. I like. Would it stay friends though? Like, if the zombies are coming for you, are you gonna fight by his side, or are you just gonna be like, "Now you go. I'm gonna fuck off."
I'll probably drive off in his car, and I'm sure he'll respect that decision.
He's such a nice guy, isn't he? That he'd be like, "Here, take my car. I'll fight him off. You go."
That's it. That's it. Which is very kind of Big T.
Yeah, love it. Love it. Oh, I love Big T. What a legend. Love
Yes.
that. Love it. That's the end of that feature. We'll get into another one before we wrap up. But again, we're talking about what a breakout year this has been for you. And I feel like, again, we mentioned it slightly before, but I feel like progress has been a huge part of that. Like, again, I know it's something that you sort of worked before this year, but it feels like this year's the year you've been given the big shots there, the big opportunities there to like make your mark.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, I got to do the Manchester show, and they gave me a pretty good platform with that as well. So yeah, get to see progress this year in general was very much my goal, to be honest. So to kind of to have been provided an opportunity and then like it was, and then kind of to also be able to get to see the ballroom and stuff as well. That's really cool, to be honest.
Yeah. Be like, I think that was the big thing. I think especially watching like in terms of like watching your year progress, I feel like that was the big thing of like it wasn't just for the shows they were coming up north, like they brought you down here as well. I feel like that's a big signifier of who Lee and Martin really want to push, who they want to back when they're taking the Northern talent and bringing them down rather than only being on the Northern shows.
Yep, absolutely. And again, I'm very grateful for that sort of opportunity because, again, very much like the era that came before me, they were all wrestling in that venue and kind of making the scene what it was. So to kind of get to wrestle in that venue was very much like a big bucket list thing for me. So yeah, really cool to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
And you say you got some huge matches out of it. Again, like three-way with Leo Rush in it, right? And Tommy Tanner. And then you faced Drew, but you beat Drew Parker, right? Like
yeah, I beat Drew in Manchester.
that's a huge thing.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah,
So you love about it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Just chill as you do, beating Drew Parker.
I'm pretty blasé about most things to be honest with you. I know it's one of those, mate. Like I don't get too excited about much. But again, in terms of like, I think what made the whole progress thing so cool was I kind of said to myself, "This is what I want come the end of the year. This is if I could somehow make this happen, that's been a great year for me." So then to kind of get to do that and then get to do 3 progress shows on the bounce and then get to wrestle in like a dream venue. I think I've only got like 1 dream venue left to wrestle in. Because when I got into wrestling, I had like quite a small list. But from when I was about like 2015, 16 and kind of like coming through, that was kind of like the one of the big venues I targeted in my head. So to get to do it was really cool.
So what's the final bucket list venue?
Echo Arena, because yeah, I seen WWE there when I was like early training days. So like that'd be a cool one as well.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Yeah, fingers crossed for that. That'd be a nice one. That'd be a nice one to keep get that.
Very much so. Very much so.
Love that. Well, again, like that's the thing, isn't it? With something like with something like having those bucket list things, all those things you want to achieve. Again, like when you're ticking them off, it's got to be a great feeling. But like, what about what about strong style? We've got strong style coming up this year as well. Again, double strong style. Scott Oberman for strong style.
That'd be something that I'd very much be interested in. That's very much on the bucket list of like things to do. And I think that'd be a kind of a big representation of kind of me taking a further step up. So again, that's very much the goal, and I'll keep and I'll take it step by step.
If I offered you then, because again, I know we were talking football before we started recording. So if I offered you that by the end of 2026, Scott Oberman will be Progress champion, or Everton can get Champions League football this year, which would you take?
Progress championships?
What if I changed it and said Everton would win the league?
No, still no. Because with Everton, mate, I have quite a tumultuous relationship with them because he's let me down quite a lot the past few years. So yeah, no, I think I go for the Progress Championship with that one.
That's good. That's the answer everyone would want it. That's the answer everyone would want.
It wasn't even me like trying to pick the correct answer there, mate.
Oh no, I know, but I mean that's
Everton have been very disappointing, mate. I remember when we got beat 5-2 at home to like bloody Watford. And you're like 19th in the table, and it's at home, and we got absolutely peppered. So
that's offer you. I'd offer you that, and that makes it an easier choice, doesn't it? Because you're like, well, there's no chance it's actually happening. It's not.
yeah, exactly, mate. It's one of those. I kind of owe Everton a lot because like they keep that chip on my shoulder and they keep that resentment running through me. So
Yeah.
I kind of need Everton to suck a little bit. It's kind of part of my personality, you know.
Yeah, it really like amp you up, doesn't it? Like gets the anger going.
Absolutely, mate. Without Everton, I'd probably be doing a happy gimmick. So, but they can't do too well, mate. They can't do too well.
I love it. I love it. Well, again, like there's another thing I got to ask you about before we wrap up, and that is I know we alluded to it earlier, but that is Northwest Strong. Like there's been a lot going on with Northwest, especially like the last sort of like year, 18 months. There's been a lot happening there. Like
Mhm.
why? What has caused all that? Because it seemed like it was such a tight, well knit unit.
Yeah, I think in the case of me, I don't think I ever really suited the group that much. Um, like it was great to be in it, and like you're surrounded by like great wrestlers, like really, really great wrestlers. So I think I always kind of wanted to go off and explore. Um, so that's kind of why I kind of left the group. And yes, that's pretty much it when it comes to me, to be honest. I just kind of always thought I'll probably do better on my own. And I think it was because like I was coming out of the end of being in like quite a long term tag team as well. So I was kind of craving doing singles stuff pretty much generally, to be honest. And then to kind of push the new shtick that I wanted to do, I basically kind of used the Northwest Strong thing as like a launching pad really. But it's cool seeing Northwest Strong kind of rebuilding now. Because you got like Teddy Ray and Keenan Krishna and Chris Ridgway. So I'm very much looking forward to beating all three in a handicap match on my own.
And you will, I'm sure that'll be simple, right? It's easy. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, mate, I beat all of them in singles matches, so I think I can do it in a handicap match as well, mate.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the thing, isn't it? Like, I feel like you put that chip on their shoulder now with that, where like they're gonna want to come for you because you like again, sort of like you think you're better than the brute kind of thing.
No, no, no. It won't be like that.
I don't know. Chris, I feel like is a man who doesn't forgive easily.
No, 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 no. I'm sure he's ready to offer me a handshake to have my forgiveness before I unleash pain and suffering upon him, Teddy, and good old Keenan Krishna. It'd be an easy day in the park for me, that one.
That's simple, right? Like yeah, like you say, just walk in the park, pretty chill. Like that's just a relaxed Saturday.
Yeah, pretty much, mate. So if they want to try and get in my path, I'll make sure to put them in the place, mate. I'll take Keenan's terrible music taste. I'll take Teddy's atomic title, and I'll steal all of Chris's Pokemon cards.
Oh, I don't know about this. Chris, a big Pokemon card collector, is he?
Rumors allege, but yeah, I'll take all of them.
That's what. If he's got that shiny Charizard, that's all you want. That's the only leverage you need over anyone. You take
It's mine, mate. I'm gonna steal it. And then my big goal. I've moved on from Northwest Strong. I'm doing my own thing, but there's one thing I need to do, and that's beat Luke Jacobs. So
yeah,
then I've beaten every Northwest Strong member. So that's kind of the
what is it? I forgot about Ethan. Like, no, I didn't forget about Ethan. I forgot you faced. I'll make that clear because Ethan, don't beat me up, please. Just so I don't want.
Yeah, you don't want that, mate.
I forgot that you beat Ethan, but I'm not forgetting. No one's forgetting about Ethan. That's a big one. Again, Luke's a big one. That's one. Again, that's another one. I feel like you could get progress or something like that. Like, at least you could have booked that.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. But yeah, that's the last one on the list.
And you have if you can beat Chris and Teddy and Keenan in a handicap match, so you can beat Luke, no problem.
Yeah, easy ways, easy walk in the park.
Simple. Former progress champion, former Recro champion, but like, does it matter?
He could try to lariat me, like, and take my head off, but like I just duck.
Yeah. I mean, why don't people do that? Why don't people just duck?
That's it, mate. It's all brain, mate. Yeah, that'll be
before that, and you're the one you thought of that before anyone else.
Yeah, that's it, mate. It's innovation at its finest.
Love that. I love that. Well, again, before we wrap up, we got one final feature to get into, and this is the nicer side of the edition. We're not dishing the dirt anymore. This is Scott Oberman. You're going to build me your dream indie wrestler. So, like on the 2K games, like on your stat sheets, you got strength, speed, all that sort of stuff. I'm going to list you like the attributes. Now you got to pick one Brit Rest star. Well, not even Brit Rest, one indie star. If you want to go abroad, that's fine. But like one indie wrestling star for each attribute. You can't say the same wrestler twice, but you can say yourself if you want.
Okay.
So the first one is strength.
Strength. And it's got to be indies.
Yeah. No one's well. The caveat is Leon Slater. We allow Leon Slater, but no one else is allowed.
Okay. Strength. He's someone strong that I know. Maybe I don't want them to be strong. Maybe that's part of the fun.
What if they're not as strong, but they got something else?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Who's someone that's quite physically weak?
I'm not getting involved in that one. I'm not going to say a name for that.
You know what? Strength, and I'll actually have it be a strong person. I could go Troy Ryan because he's incredibly strong, incredibly strong. But I'm actually going to go Dynamite Lee Dawson.
Yeah, that's a good.
If anyone's stronger than Troy Ryan, I'd back it being Dynamite Lee Dawson because he has the craziest strength I've ever seen out of anyone.
Especially if we go pound for pound as well. Like,
oh, unbelievable, mate! Unbelievable. I've seen him do some crazy feats of strength, should I say? So Yeah, the Dynamite Lee Dawson for the strength.
That's a good shout. I like it. I like the next one is speed.
Speed. Um. Hmm. That was a good question. Definitely not me, because I walk very slow. So that kind of instantly rules me out. Maybe I don't want him to be quick.
Yeah, that's the thing. This I like what you're thinking here because like it's not a way that anyone else has thought when we've done this yet. But like I
No.
like what you're thinking because sometimes you just want a wrestler to be one thing, like to be like the like the mountain like who's gonna tear through you, but they don't need to be quick for that.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe speed would like hamper the person. So maybe I want someone really, really slow. So yeah, I'll nominate myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll nominate myself.
There we go. This is the shame, Steve, because I feel like there's better ones down the list that you could have said yourself for. But I respect you. I respect your thinking and thinking outside the box. I like that.
Yeah, but it puts me in a trickier position though, so it makes it more entertaining.
That's fair. I like it. I like it. The next one is a technical ability.
That's a good one. Chris Ridgway. Chris Ridgway technically is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I think that's quite an easy one.
Which will make beating him in that 3-1 handicap match even better.
Yeah, much better, mate. Much better. Because then I can take the technical crown.
Yeah.
Even though I have half the technical skills. Even though, to be fair, I can do technical stuff, I just don't do it.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. No, that's right.
That was likable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one is a charisma.
Charisma. Ooh. I think because he has a very natural charisma, Tony Wright's a good one to go for this one. If that's quite an easy answer. Yeah, he has it very much naturally, and it comes in spades to him. So yeah, Tony Wright.
He's been said a couple of times in spot on. Absolutely. Next one is a high flying ability.
That's a good one. Not Keenan Krishna because he's incredibly clumsy. I seen him nearly die at training a few weeks ago. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Which sounds really bad, but like
Sure. What happened?
he was trying to do like some like reverse handspring thing, and he was sat on the top rope and fell ass onto the apron, and then like fell back onto his head. It was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious.
No sympathy. No
Yeah, it's definitely not Keenan Krishna. High flying ability. Again, maybe I don't want him to be a high flyer.
Mm.
Mm. Mm.
Who's not a high flyer? Who is
There's a fair few of them.
again like Big T's not much of a high flyer.
No, he's not. He's not much of a high flyer.
Lon Ruskin doesn't go off the top rope much.
No. If a high flying, I'll probably go Joe Lando because I think some of the stuff he does is insane. Some of the stuff he does is really, really cool.
Yeah,
I know. I've never seen
so
so
for a high flyer then.
Hmm?
You chose to go for a high flyer then.
Yeah, I chose to go for a high flyer. Just because again, some of the stuff that Lando does is crazy, man.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. The next one is Ring It. So almost like we said before, and now you've said Tony.
That takes away that one, doesn't it? Damn it. Because that would have been my go-to answer. You can't say no to the tassels, mate. I do need tassels in my wrestler though.
This isn't on you though, remember that you're not wearing this anymore. So this could be like this is just for this fantasy wrestler we're building.
But I think tassels would really add to this wrestler. They're really slow, but they're a high flyer and they're super strong. Because it needs tassels. Danny Hope wears tassels as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Danny Hope, so that way my wrestler can still have tassels.
That's all you want is the tassels, really. What we're learning here is that Scott Oberman just loves tassels.
It's true, mate. It's true. The next look update that I do, which is something that I'll probably be doing this year, it's gotta have tassels, mate.
All tassels. Just make it all like arms tassels, legs tassels.
That's it, man. It's the dream attire.
Yeah.
So yeah, Danny Hope for the attire.
Love it. Love it. The next one is a finisher.
Ooh. He was a cool finisher.
There's a lot of cool finishers, to be fair.
Yeah, there is. There really is. But again, maybe I don't want him to have a good finisher.
What you want just
I
the
can't see why not.
you just want the cheeky roll up.
Yeah, maybe I do. Maybe I do. Who has a cool finisher?
If you want just the cheeky roll up, I don't know if you know out in Australia and PWA, the backslide girls, well, Shay Cassidy and Kingsley's out in Canada at the minute, but do you know them?
I don't know them, but I actually do like the I like how this one's sounding. So
Yeah, they're called the backslide
them
girls.
ones
Yeah,
they're going into the finisher position.
they're called the backslide.
I want the high flyer moves to be much cooler than what the finish is.
Yeah, that's fair. Or you could go Leon though. You could go Leon Slater, and that's your high flyer finisher.
True. Or it could really mess with the system.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the high flyer moves are just standard moves.
Just down.
With a backslide and a roll up. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, the backslide girls again. They're out in Australia. They're called backslide girls, and they're basically that's the finish. Is they just backslide everyone, and you can't just no one kicks out of it. You can't kick out of their backslide. It's the most elite backslide you've ever seen.
It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
Also, I feel like that's like a proper like it gets you over for a certain point, and then it turns really heely, doesn't it? If you're always winning with a backslide, you'd be like,
I might have to introduce it, mate.
can you imagine? Oh, can you imagine the heat you get if you were a high flyer that did no cool high flying moves and won every match with a backside?
Yeah, it'd be great. It's fantastic.
We're building a great heel wrestler here. I love it. I love it.
So too.
The the next one is promo ability.
Promo ability. I'll go. Yeah. Can I pick Zach Gibson?
Yeah, we'll let that go in. Yeah,
Yeah, it's Zach Gibson. I'll put Zach Gibson in there.
he's a great promo. He is a great promo.
Yeah, very good. So yeah, Zach Gibson.
And then the final one is entrance. And the entrance you get like not just the music, you get like any gear that's associated with the entrance as well.
So that's kind of cool, isn't it? Caranoa. Yeah,
That's the elite one, isn't it?
yeah, it's really, really good. When my parents went to go see me at Progress in Manchester, you see Cara's entrance and like he said like they were getting goosebumps and it was like a proper like wow moment for them. So yeah,
It is the aura.
yeah, it's really cool. Really, really cool.
That's the thing. I was laughing there because I was just imagining like so obviously Cara just takes his time going in the ring and that's the aura. But I was just imagining you said you didn't want any speed and that's just the speed he, like your wrestler just goes. That's his
Yeah.
top speed. Is that speed that Cara comes to the ring?
That's it, man. My wrestler doesn't need speed, but can still do high flying moves. So he very slowly goes up to the top rope and then busts out the crazy swing you've never seen.
Opponent's already up by the time he's got up there. Like
Yeah, but again, it works.
yeah,
We're with that backside.
this is a great champion right here.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely. I think we've made the ultimate wrestler there.
I love it. I love it. Well, that brings nearly an end to the chat. Scott, it's been a pleasure having you here, but I've got one final question for you. And this isn't a question that I've thought of here because we have a closing feature here on the podcast where our last guest leaves a question for our next guest without any context. So this person didn't know they were leaving you a question. You're not allowed to know who left you the question. And I'll be real, given what we've talked about so far, I feel like this question is very un-Scott Oberman. So we're talking. This is a very like spiritual question you've been left. The the question is, if you are you religious? If you don't mind me asking, you can say no.
Yeah, not really.
That's fine. That blends itself better into the question. To be honest, it says, if you are or were an atheist, what religion would you most likely be drawn to? Do you think? What religion suits your personality the best if you were to pick one? Essentially,
Oh, man, that's a tricky one.
it's a deep one, isn't it? It's one that I went.
It is. I'll go Buddhism.
Yeah, just because you're super like chill.
Yeah, I was gonna blase, so that's probably the most applicable one. So yeah, I'll go Buddhism.
I'll be fair, it's probably one as an Everton fan that you could do with as well.
Yeah, to be honest, mate, it'd really help with the stress that everything caused me.
Yeah, like after a loss, just like no, doesn't matter, just drown it out.
Yeah, Brentford had just put 5 past us. It's chill.
That's it. Next season, Forest 4-0, and that's Everton down. You're like, it's fine, whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. The championship is ours.
Would it be though? Would it be?
Probably not, man. We finished second if we were to go off. We won't even get the Wembley win at the playoffs.
Yeah.
Uh,
Amazing. Well, I think that's a lovely way to end. I think that's a beautiful way. I'll get your question for our next guest once we finish recording. But Scott Oberman, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It's been a pleasure chatting to you. Congratulations for the year you've had. It's really been great watching you work, and hopefully much more to come this year, I'm sure.
yeah, definitely, mate. Thank you so much for everything. And it's 2026.
No, of course, absolutely. Can't wait to see what you do this year. But as usual, we end each podcast by giving our guests the final word. So, Scott Oberman, for anyone who sees you at Atomic or Island or Future Shock or Patch or Progress, hopefully more in 2026, if anyone sees Scott Oberman on a card, on a show near them, and comes to check you out, why is Scott Oberman the guy to check out? Why is Scott Oberman going to steal the show?
I think one of the things that I probably pride myself on is I'm very, very different. I'm quite unique. So I think no matter what, whether it be the entrance, my moveset, the way I kind of go in the ring, I think you'll definitely have a lasting impression.